Whoa. Okay. So I don't know how this thing works. Like, I see, like, I don't see anyone here, but that's okay. Anyway, basically, what happened was that I saw two movies. I saw O. The name of the movie was O. 2001 was the year it was released. It's about this basketball player who has a jealous teammate, and he's very close to him, and he tells him that his girlfriend is cheating on him, and this makes him go crazy, and it actually makes him kill his girlfriend, and that's kind of wild, right? Um, at the end of the movie, it just ends tragically, right? And by the grace of God, I know that the movie really is about soldiers. If you watch the movie in the beginning, you can see the guys like patting each other on the back, and even the girls are like really tough. And being a soldier, this genre of soldier is like tough people, and yeah, that's what they have, tough people. And the only way to get out of that is to have a relationship with Jesus, because you have to have peace in your life, right? You can't just be tough all the time. You can't like ride it the whole way through. And it's based on Othello. It's based on Othello. Thank you. It's based on Othello by William Shakespeare. So it's good drama, and it's a well made film. The guy who directed it, I don't know his name. It's he's a character actor. He was like in a Coen Brothers movies, Brother Where Art Thou, something like that. He was the shoot. Who was in that movie? I can't remember anymore. But anyway, he was in the Incredible Hulk movies, and yeah, he was good. He's good. I noticed that he gave all the actors in the film. They were all like young at the time. Like it has Josh Hartnett, Julia Stiles, book no, what was it? I forgot his name is Mackay Pfeiffer. I can't. I think that's Mackay Pfeiffer. And yeah, it was a good movie. It was really good. And some other actors that you would see around during that time period. Martin Sheen is in the movie. So anyway, yeah, that's basically it. I highly recommend it. I was thinking to myself, is like, yeah, people have like a knee jerk reaction. They're just like, I don't want to watch this type of movie, but it's really good. If you catch it on TNT or something, I would definitely watch it. Um, what else I would say? I saw The Dark Crystal. I think that's what it's called. I don't like doing this when I'm on the internet, like when I'm doing live. Dark Crystal. Yeah, the name of the movie is The Dark Crystal. 1982 was the year it was released. It's like in the fantasy genre. It's actually what do you call that? It's like puppets. Jim Henson is behind this film. What is it? It's a dark fantasy. Yeah, directed by Jim Henson and Frank Oz. Who is that? Anyway, the movie's really good. It's really kind of dark, and I don't know how it did on the. I really don't know how it did in the movie theaters. I was only like 2 years old at the time, but yeah, it's a really good movie. I actually remember meeting somebody, and they told me that this was their favorite movie, and the movie had a really good ending. Basically, the Dark Crystal is keeping this other world, uh, like this fantasy world, at peace, and it's shattered, and it needs to be put back together in order for it to be have peace again. And so we get this character who does this. He's a weird type of creature. They look like kind of like almost like elves or something, like not elves or pixies, something like that. And I think the girl version of him was, it looks like a fairy. She had wings. Anyway, it split the people in two, I think, something like that. And they needed to be together again. So the bad guys and the good guys actually melded together when the crystal was put back together, when the missing piece was put back in its place. The good guys and the bad guys actually came together and they formed a spirit. And they talked about how, like, before in the world, um, they basically, the creatures did it to themselves. They were so arrogant. They thought they knew everything. They're like Mr. Smarty Pants or something like that. They were just like very, they're like arrogant and foolish, and they decided to do things their own way, and that's when things went bad. So when finally, and those spirits, those people that turned into spirits, they just flew away into heaven, I guess, and then finally, the land changed, and the castle that the crystal was in changed too. It became white and crystal light, I think, maybe I can't remember now. And then the land was just beautiful and green, right? There was like, it just was just beautiful, and that's the end of the movie. I like that too, by the way. It was like only an hour and a half long, and it was like a nice ending. It just like ended. So yeah, I saw that. Now I'm gonna watch. I don't want to say what I'm gonna watch. Okay, I'll say what I was gonna watch. Back in the 90s, there was a guy named Adam Goldberg. These are old movies, by the way. These are like really old movies. Basically, Adam Goldberg. Adam Goldberg was a big guy at the time. He was in Saving Private Ryan, and there was a whole big hype about all the young actors who are going to be working in that film, including Vin Diesel was one of the actors. Giovanni Ribisi, who else? Jeremy Davies. Yeah, they were going to be big. I don't know where all these guys. Giovanni Ribisi kind of faded out a little bit. He's actually a cinematographer now, I heard, on this new movie. And Jeremy Davis is working still, I think. He's working. Last time I heard, he got an award for doing a voice in a video game, the British Video Game Awards. It's like the BAFTAs or something. And then Vin Diesel, of course, became enormous. Fast and Furious, the Riddick Chronicles, Riddick franchise too. What else did he do? He did a lot of movies, but Fast and the Furious is what he's going to be known for. Who else was there? Oh, so Adam Goldberg was someone I definitely followed. And back in the 90s, he was friends with Richard Linklater. And there was this little moment where he was like famous, at least to me. And I remember him doing a couple of things. He did a very short film called Running with the Bulls, which was like a funny 15-minute short that ended with him dressed as a matador at the Chicago Bulls game. This is like back in the 90s, I believe. And then there was another one where he was, it was called Scotch and Milk. It was basically Swingers. Swingers is not a good movie, by the way. I don't think it's a good movie. It was something that I watched a lot, but now I would say definitely, definitely what called this one is going to be. I haven't seen it yet. It's on his website, his YouTube channel, Adam Goldberg, and he posts some stuff there, and so that's kind of cool. That's really cool. He was with Richard Linklater. Anyway. What happened was I was watching MTV when I was in high school, and there was they're hyping up all these new movies, and that was one of the movies they were hyping up. I remember seeing Richard Linklater playing pinball in one scene, and I was really excited about the movie, and it never came out. And it took me years to find out that it just didn't get distribution. It didn't get picked up. So it was like kind of like a loser in a way. But I didn't think of it that way. I thought of it like, I don't know what I was thinking. I was just really excited about the movie, and I even liked the title, Scotch and Milk. And I thought this guy or this like idea was really cool. It was a black and white film and blah blah blah. Anyway, the whole idea was like, yeah, he was part of. I was kind of a fan. he looked like a kind of a cool guy, cool actor. You know, I followed him in other movies. What was he? He did a lot of bad movies, but he did a good one on my list called Untitled. And it's about like people in the art world, and he's like a struggling artist, actually a musician. He wants to be a musician, and his brother is like a wannabe painter artist. And the whole idea is like, who is like an artist? And now I'm beginning to understand these things. By the way, like there was a movie called Art School Confidential, and it just made me realize now after drawing, I was like doing like I guess what would be called illustrating, graphic design. Not to say I'm an artist or anything, but I always wondered about that. Like what makes an artist? And in these movies, they always ask that, like, what is an artist? And I thought to myself, like, the people who are asking these questions are not artists. That's what I'm beginning to realize. I think they're not artists. Because if they were artists, they would be doing something, but they're not. So they're kind of like questioning it and questioning and writing about it. You know, I think art. Someone I read that Vincent Gallo once wrote that he's an actor, filmmaker, and he said one day he said he's not an artist. An artist doesn't calculate; they just do it. And so I always wondered, I was like, ooh, did I fit in that category or something like that? Anyway. So yeah, I know it's gonna be a good movie. I know it's gonna be a good movie. I was praying about it and God told me, I was like, yeah, it's gonna be a good movie. And I was like, okay, it's on my list. And it's for free too. I don't even think they have commercials on it on YouTube. The only thing that was a problem is like I was wondering why can't he was complaining about it in the description that he was not gonna have a what do you call that? It was like a crappy transfer to digital, but I was like, if he has the reels, why can't he make a better copy now? And plus, with like HD and AI correcting it, making it 4K, he could really change that. Anyway, so I'm gonna watch that. What other good movies are there? I don't really know. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Long day. I think I'm gonna end it early. What else I can talk about? I was looking at Victoria's Secret models, like the old ones from like the last 20 years and stuff, and it reminded me now that I can see clearly. I guess it's like Sears or J.C. Penney. I don't know. It's really cheap. I know they made a lot of money. I know they're like gajillionaires, but this whole thing with like the show, it's almost like J.C. Penney. It doesn't really make any sense. It doesn't make any sense, and the girls made a lot of money though, and they got a lot of attention for that. But it was just kind of like nothing really there. It's basically like Jesse Penny, the lingerie section. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, this is like really old school. But that's kind of basically what it's like. And as far as the models were okay, some of them were pretty, but most of them were just okay. And Michael Bay did one of his best commercials with that. I mean, this makes me want to watch those. What do you call those things? They have commercial awards. They have awards for everything, and I think they have a commercial awards. And I would love to watch the commercial awards because now that I'm looking at commercials, that was one of the best commercials. I don't know if it's the best, but I don't know if it's top 5, but it has to be at least in top 15. Definitely really good commercial with Michael Bay and Victoria's Secret. So I dozed off there for a second. Oh my gosh, I'm really tired. So what I wanted to say, what was another thing I wanted to say was on my mind. I'm trying to think. Yeah, there was like, I can name like some of my favorite Victoria's Secret models. What was it? Most of them were like Brazilian. I think. What was there? Isabella Fontana, and Fernanda Tavares, Giselle Bundchen. That was a good one. Taylor Hill. That was a good one. Leah Cabetti. That was a good one. Tyra Banks. That's a good one. I think that's it though. There's not a lot. Oh, someone. It was a Tatiana. It was a Russian girl. I forgot her name. Tatiana something. So that's like 7. Yeah. But these are not. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna sign off right now. Signing off.